Lord. Oh, goodness. What's going on, y'all? This is your boy Jamar84 here once again for this Bad Girls Club Season 11, Episode 5, Juice-ify My Love. Y'all, I know I said that I was not going to do a review on an episode if I didn't have anything to say about it. Bitch, this this not a lot. This shouldn't be. I know I'm not gonna say it's not gonna be, but because I know I can go on and on. But this shouldn't be a long review because I just finished watching the episode and I also just got finished watching Ashley's review, and it was so funny how we're pretty much gonna say a lot of the same things. this this episode was really interesting. It was so funny. Honestly and for truly, the episode was just. I was laughing throughout the whole thing. So, let's see. The points I wanted to cover. Teresa and her whole boyfriend situation. Girl, the liquor. This is the thing about liquor. For me, I feel like liquor amplifies whatever emotion you're feeling prior to when you drink it. So if you're happy already and if you're celebratory and you start drinking, you're going to have a good time. You're going to be a happy drunk. You're going to have a good time. If you're mad, it's going to make you want to fight, which is pretty much kind of which was Teresa's situation. She was already pissed off from her boyfriend, so her drinking, she thought it was going to make her feel better. It just amplified her anger and made her go off the way that she did. So, girl, if this man is putting you through all of this, and he had the damn nerve to ask you whether or not he could pretty much fuck another bitch while you're at the house, then, girl, give him the motherfucking boot. It's not worth it. And no matter how emotionally tied we are to people, if they're just doing you a way that you don't deserve to be done, just let the shit go. You'll get over it eventually, believe me. So that's your advice, Tiana. Let's see what else we're gonna talk about. I probably won't even too much try to edit this because it shouldn't be long. Okay, so this is where shit gets started. Okay, so Tiana is on the phone with her boyfriend, and they're talking, and he's like, I miss you, and this, that, and the fourth. I love you so much. And Tiana's pretty much like, I'm with him. She said, okay. Now, Ashley, I know you're watching, bitch. we know that those of us in the LGBT community have seen this type of scenario many, many a times. When you have somebody like Tiana, who those of us with experience in the culture look and they see, and I saw lesbian from the jump. I saw dyke tease from the first episode, so I was just like, oh, okay, well, we know who's going to be the lesbian of the group. But when she starts talking about boyfriend, I'm like, what you mean boyfriend? Like good girlfriend, best friend boyfriend, or play boyfriend, or what? Like, what kind of boyfriend you talking? Because, bitch, you eat cat. So what's the point of having a boyfriend? So, this is what the thought process was when I was watching, when they said boyfriend in the title. I'm like, what? So he talking, and this is where the shit got funny, or when the script that I'm used to seeing started happening. Tiana's like, I was with him, he's supportive, he's this, he's that, but I don't feel like I want to settle down and surrender my youth to somebody that I'm not in love with. You know why you're not in love with him? Because you just said it's not like he wasn't attractive. He was cute little light-skinned Latino from what it looks like from the picture. And if he's sitting up here telling you how much he loves you, how much he misses you, and you telling us that he's always been so supportive of this, that, and the fourth, and y'all been together for, well, I don't know if they really said how long they've been together, but I don't see anything wrong with this man. And for you to just be like crying that you don't feel the same way, and because you feel like you want to find yourself and you feel like you don't know what you want, that's not really the problem. You know exactly what you want. You just don't, you're just crying and upset because you put this good man in the predicament to where he loves you, but you know damn well you ain't even into him. You want to love him because he's a good guy, and because you're still dealing with the fact that you're a lesbian on the inside. That's really why you're crying. It's not really so much that you feel like, bad in the sense that you don't love him because there's something wrong with you. No, you don't love him because you're not into him. You want to be, but you're not. And I understand how that can be, stressful. It's a believe it or not, when you're trying to come out and try to really accept who you are in this type of society, that shit, it is a burden on the mind. People have to go through that and come to terms with it on their own time. And it's a shame, or it's unfortunate, excuse me, that people have to get in between that. In between, in between somebody and, them trying to go through that whole process, which I guess was Ronnie's situation. So, girl, we know. I've seen this too many times. We know what you're going through. It's normal. This is just all a stepping stone to further acceptance, which I'm sure you probably have reached by the time we got to the reunion. So, we're just gonna leave it at that. So, skipping ahead, um, the only two girls that decided to go out was Gigi and Tiana. And while they're out, Tiana pretty much is like, I want to tell you something, but I don't want you to look at me any differently. And just like with any other, like I'm gonna keep making references to what I've known to be true in the past. Like, whenever somebody who's not gay is close friends with somebody who is, but they haven't told them per se and confirmed it with their own mouth, when they do decide to come forth, they're always, whenever they come to them with that, like, I want to tell you something, but I don't want you to judge me, something along that script line, the person who's the friend pretty much automatically already knows what they're going to say. They were just pretty much waiting for you to say it. So Gigi was like, I might already know what it is. And then uh, he was like, I have a little, basically pretty much I have a little crush on you. And Gigi was like, like a little bit, that's okay. We can still be friends. And Triana was like, no, it's more than a motherfucking little bit, which she makes very clear later on in the episode. So they get home, and Gigi admitted that this is where Gigi went wrong. Because if a girl just told you that she has not just a little crush, she has a lot. There's a lot of crushing going on. If she tells you that, then I'm gonna need you. Then it's not a good idea to hop in bed with this girl. Okay, after that, so that was your mistake, Gigi. So they hopping in bed. Tiana scooches on over and whispers into Gigi's ear, "Hey Gigi, can I eat your pussy?" Gigi's face was like, The shit was hilarious. Gigi was like, no, I don't get down with that. She pretty much cock blocked like shit. So I think Gigi got the fuck up and was like, you know what? It's not gonna go down like that. It's not gonna go down. And I'm about to call her Teresa. Tiana was not with it. Tiana felt some sort of a way, which we're gonna get into. So later on, the next day, when Jasmine tells everybody, "Oh, we're gonna go laser tag," and blah 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 blah, and Gigi's like, I can't go because my friends are coming over, and blah 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 blah. And the only thing about the whole laser tag thing that I wanted to point out was, Janelle, bitch, did y'all hear what this bitch said? I had an idea. Maybe if I put my weave over the sensors, they can't hit me. Bitch, really? Girl. Anyways, that's pretty much all as far as the laser tag goes. Didn't too much happen with that. And then Gigi and her friend that came over, they got drunk and all that, blah, 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 blah. So when, all the girls get back from the laser tag, whatever, Gigi feels like Tiana's being standoffish and whatnot. And this is where I get confused. This is where I start looking like, what? Why is it that with this whole Gigi and Tiana situation, why does it seem like Gigi made it seem like she's the one that tried to do, you know, the lesbian act. It seemed like she was the one trying to be like, I don't want you to treat me different. I don't want you looking at me a different way. You doing this, you doing that. I would have thought that this would have been a conversation that Tiana would be having with Gigi, like Gigi would have been the one that would be standoffish because you just tried to eat my pussy out, girl. I ain't too much with that. I would imagine that it would have been Gigi that would have been kind of standoffish towards Tiana, but Tiana was just like, "Oh, you ain't gonna let me eat you out? Fuck it, then. I'm gonna be, giving you the cold shoulder." And Gigi didn't like that. I wonder why. We won't go there. We won't go there because I've always felt like this. I've always felt like most girls are more prone to just be fun and free in order to try different things as far as sex with girls just for the fun of it. For some reason, guys won't do that. Guys have this whole masculine pride thing going on. Even though a lot of them do fucks with it, they're not gonna make it known to very many people that they fucks with it. And those who do are sworn to secrecy or they go missing. You know, just from personal observation. But I don't know, Gigi. You was real emotional over the fact that Tiana was treating you some sort of different way, and I just thought it was a little backwards. But who the fuck am I? So this is another part that's what made this episode funny. They out at the club, and Janelle and Teresa are the ones getting private lap dances, right? So in the confessional, Janelle seemed excited about said lap dance. And so y'all know that Teresa's bisexual, so she was like, Teresa's actually, physically attracted to her dancer. My dancer is attracted to me. I was like, bitch, your dancer is paid to do what she does, okay? Her job is to make you feel special. So whether or not she's attracted to you or not is really not that important. But this is the one what made this shit funny. So the dancer is going ham. Okay, her ass is shaking, her titties are shaking. She's trying to lick Janelle's nipples and rub her clit like this. She's doing all the shit she's supposed to do. And Janelle's just sitting there with her drink like, oh, okay. All righty. Yeah, uh-huh. She just made it so awkward. She just made it seem like so awkward that the girl was all on her. And I'm just like, Janelle, you are the first girl on this show I can recall that really had a problem with another girl shaking her ass just as a stripper for the fun of it, who couldn't get into the moment and just have fun with this shit and not think anything about it. You made it seem like it was extra awkward and shit. I'm like, girl, bye. So this is when the funny shit really came at its motherfucking peak. Because while at the club, I don't know, I'm forgetting my time frame right here because I'm just thinking about the whole general idea. So after Gigi and T had that talk, they're out of the club with Jazz Monet and whatnot, and her and Gigi and Jazz Monet were talking. I forget what the fuck they were talking about, but then here come, they look like they was talking and whispering, and here come Tiana, like, what was y'all talking about? What happened? What's going on? I was like, God damn, Tiana. Tiana felt some sort of way, and then, Gigi was telling me, we just had a moment. We just was having a moment. And Tiana was like, oh, okay. And Jazz, I would have been Jazz, and I would have been Jazz in a lot of moments in this episode. She was like, oh, I could tell something was going on right there, because Tiana, you could feel the tension that Tiana felt some sort of way about the fact that they had a conversation or whatever it is they were talking about. And Jazz took that as, oh, okay. So fast forward ahead to this bedroom. Gigi's all emotional and shit, and talking to Tiana again about what happened, and then this is the epic line of the episode where Tiana was like, I asked to eat your pussy, you didn't let me. I didn't take rejection well, Gigi. And Jazz was like, what? Bitch, what? What the fuck did you just? No, you ain't gonna skip over like you just didn't say that, bitch. What the fuck? Oh my god, Jazz just was like, well, bitch, what the fuck did you just say? It was a motherfucking key. I could not take it. It was so funny. these bitches and this whole lesbian thing, it was just too much for me to handle. Now this is where my opinion is probably going to surprise some of you, and I'm going to take a side that most people may not take, but I feel like a lot of people understand where I'm about to come from, and that's with this whole Janelle Juice thing with Gigi and her friends and whatnot. Now, so Gigi and her friends were over, and one of her female friends went to the fridge and got Janelle's juice out to take shots with as a chaser, or I assume. So Janelle comes down, looks at the shit, and she's like, "Is that my juice?" And she was like, "Oh no, I don't have to get a different box of juice or some shit." She's like, "You ain't about to use my shit, you know." And it came off, real, bitchy. But I under motherfucking stand Janelle in this particular situation. Cause I used to have or be in situations with roommates or whomever that I would buy something that I love. It would be something, and you know what? The other roommates tried to make it seem like it was a price thing, like how much it costs, $5, six, seven, eight, whatever, how many dollars. It doesn't motherfucking matter. The thing is, if I bought it for me, and it's something that I like to drink, and she made it clear that she don't drink like milk, coffee, whatever the fuck, no sodas and none of that. She drinks juice. So when she brings the juice home for her to drink, and other bitches just come and help, making them help themselves, if I make it so that like I have my mouth ready for a nice tall glass of some grape juice, for example, I'm just so excited. I'm about to walk up to this fridge and be able to pour me a nice glass of this grape juice. I get to the motherfucking fridge, open the bitch up. There ain't nothing but a motherfucking swig about this far in the goddamn jar. I'm going to be pissed. Okay? And when she was trying to talk to Teresa about it, she was like, we all here. We all share things and all this other. Fuck that. If you gonna be up in my house and you gonna use my shit, you ask, motherfucker. I don't give a damn if we here bonding or not. You ask that shit. Like, it's not like I would just say no. Like, how the situation should have played out is that okay, um, whose juice is this or such and such. So they said that it's Janelle's juice. They'd be like, Janelle, can we use your juice to come take some shots? And if I was Janelle, I would have been like, okay, sure, I'll be down to take shots with y'all, and we can all enjoy my juice together. That way, I get to have some, and I get to have a say so on the distribution of my shit. Okay, and people wanted to make it seem like, oh, she's being uh fake, or she's being real selfish and whatever. And first of all, I think somebody else, I can't remember who it is that mentioned it. The word fake, the way that they use it is stupid. It's not what fake is. Fake is when you when you're trying to act a certain. Fake would be me being nice to somebody and then talking about them behind the back. That's fake. Just because they do something, just because anybody does something that one bitch don't like, they call it fake. And I don't know. That's not the definition of fake. But I hate when they. I don't know. But I was like, you know what? I understand where Janelle was coming from. She did prolong it longer than it should have been. She could have just said, look, this is not the way you do it. Is if you want to use something that belongs to me, just ask me first, and we can go from there. This is the respect thing. Everything is just done out of motherfucking respect. That's it. So and then we get to the end when after Janelle was pretty much bitched about this whole juice thing for or whatever. Um, Tiana, when she tries to go, when Janelle goes to sleep, Tiana comes in and starts pouring water on Janelle. Now, Janelle, I don't know about you, but me, if I'm in my bed, if I'm in the comfort of my bed, and a bitch comes in with some motherfucking moisture, pouring it on me while I'm trying to sleep, I don't know about y'all, but y'all don't fuck with me while I'm asleep. Especially if you're trying to pour moisture in my bed that disrupts my whole comfort level zone going on. I probably would have been, even if I was half asleep, I would have been sitting there, one eye open, and just would have went wham, would have reached my arm because you know her arms long as shit. You know her arms and legs long as fuck. So she could have just reached around and knocked Tiana straight in her shit. Okay, knocked her clean off that motherfucking bed. Cause you ain't finna sit here and pour water and look like you pissing on me, R. Kelly style, bitch. Hell no, not today. Not to motherfucking today. So Janelle, you girl, you lost. I can't respect you for that shit. Just like Stephanie said, bitch, you weak as fuck. Cause anybody pouring water on my ass, shit. See, these girls. That's the thing. These girls in this house are too afraid to go home. I would rather you go home and being a real bitch about yours, like you wouldn't take no disrespect and being so scared to leave the house that you just accept anything. I'm almost sure that the producers, the whole political thing about people going home is a lot more political than people think it is, because if you're interesting and you bring ratings to the show, more than likely they're not going to kick you off. I still don't know why they kicked off Sarah. Their whole reason was didn't make any sense. But if if you know you're being about and you're causing stuff to make the show interesting, they're gonna probably keep you on. So I felt like Janelle should have knocked Tiana in her shit. But regardless, let's moving on. Janelle gets up and heads towards this phone that's over in this corner. And while she's walking over there, she calls them you broke hoes. My hair costs over $1,000. First of all, I was like, bitch, you tried that, because either one, you lied. I'm gonna hope that you lied. And didn't realize that was like Megan T's from season 9. Like, my hair cost $700. Anyway, so bitch, I hope that you lied. First of all, two, if that shit's true, bitch, your hairdresser shaded the fuck out of you, because that I don't even know what that is. Is it, if it's a weave? Is it like a sew in? Is it glued in? Because there's no edges. There are a lack of edges. It just, like I said, it looks like it's just a wig. It's just unkept. It's not even like it's long and curly and or just bone straight. It just looks like a chicken scrap. Janelle, and then Ashley pretty much pegged this one. She said that she looks like a motherfucking drag queen. Like, her face, just there's nothing really pretty about it. And then her eyebrows are or not eyebrows, but her eyelids are so packed on. Like I said the last time, and it just doesn't look cute on you. Usually in your confessionals, a lot of people in their confessionals look really, really cute. You, not so much. You kind of look a little. You serve me drag queen. There's no shade to my girls, but you serve me drag queen, and it's not cute. But this is the thing that kind of pissed me off was with Teresa. Teresa was like, oh, Teresa's probably like the only bitch that was really fucking with Chanel for real, for real. And she was like, just the night before, she was like, oh, you're so funny, this, that, and the fourth, we vibe or whatever. But when it comes to this shit, she's like, in the confessionals, like, you called us broke. I'm going to be protected with the people that I was with before. You're on your own, something like that. I'm like, bitch, she wasn't even talking to you. When she said, y'all hoes are broke, she was referring to the two bitches that were just fucking with her, Gigi and Tiana, or whoever it was that was just fucking with her. You were nowhere even in the fucking facility. So she wasn't even talking to your ass. She clearly made it that she was cool with you. So why would she call you a broke hoe if you weren't even doing shit to her? And now Teresa want to get all in her face talking about oh, she's fucking up. She needs to go home. See, that's the same shit that Teresa pulled on Sarah. Her and Sarah were cool. She went with her to get the motherfucking baby monitor. But then when everybody else decided to go against Sarah, and she was just like, oh, well, I gotta be a following sheep. I have to follow the crowd. Nobody likes you, bitch. I can't like you either. And then she tries to turn on Janelle, trying to be like, oh, I'm just being protective of the people that I fucked with. Girl, bye. You are fake as shit. You are a flip-flopping hoe, okay, Teresa. I wanted to like you, bitch. I thought you was gonna be down for the motherfucking cause, but you're, no. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. That was a lame-ass excuse, but this was a lot better. This was a good change in pace for this episode, so I hope next week continues with this kind of momentum of interest, because this was funny. Oh shit, I thoroughly enjoyed this episode, but Make sure you guys like the video if you enjoyed. If this is the first time you're seeing me, I hope you like it and subscribe. Make sure you leave a comment about any of the topics discussed in this video. And make sure you guys share these videos. Let's see, my views are starting to go up, which is definitely a good thing. I appreciate it. So just whenever you view it, if your YouTube is connected to your Twitter or whatnot, just whenever you finish watching the video, just click the share button. Share it to everybody that you know. Put it on your Facebook statuses. You know, put me everywhere that you can put me. Copy the link and just go crazy. But anyways, I thank you guys so much for all your love and support, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.